Hello, everybody. It's Day by David, and today I'm going to do another version of the random ranting video I did last week because it was so much fun. So what I'm going to do, how it works, is I have a random word generator and a timer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer for 30 seconds and then click a random word, and I'm going to just rant about it for 30 seconds non-stop, and I'm not going to give myself time to think about it. It's just completely ad-libbed whatever just straight out of my mouth. So it's going to be very interesting. But last time I did it, I told you what the word was beforehand before I started talking about it. This time it's going to be a little more interesting because I'm just going to start talking about the word without actually saying what the word is. And it might be obvious or it might not. I don't really know. But this time I'm going to give it a little bit of mystery. And then in the second half of the video, same thing as last time, I'm going to have my friend Colton text me some random words. But this time I'm also not going to tell you what the words say. So this should be very interesting. So let's dive right into it. And when I do this, I kind of lose count. So I'm just going to do it until I feel like stopping. It's probably going to be somewhere around 10 words. So here we go. I've got my timer ready and I'm going to click the random word generator right now. Okay, termites are disgusting. I don't know if you've ever actually looked at them. They're like transparent. They're really gross. And I know in lots of old cartoons it always shows them like eating entire pieces of furniture and stuff. They really don't do that. They're just really gross, plump bugs, and they have queens, so they're kind of like hive animals. And their queens are just the most disgusting thing. If you've ever seen one on like Animal Planet or something, you know what I'm talking about. They're super duper gross. And she's all right, next word. There's a difference between venom and poison. Poison is something that is bad for you if you ingest it, and venom is something that it'll kill you if it's in your bloodstream. So you could drink rattlesnake venom and you'd be just fine, but if you get it into your blood, then it's really bad for you, and you obviously don't want to have rattlesnake venom running through your veins because it will murder you. But poison, there's a lot of things that are like poisonous that you don't want to eat. Oh goodness, I forgot how short 30 seconds is. Okay. I think, did people in Britain still say trousers instead of pants? I feel like I get that idea from TV and movies, but I don't know if that's actually even a thing. Like trousers, are trousers pants? Is that just another word for pants, or is it a different, like, is it an entirely different article of clothing? Because I would think, I don't know. I think maybe trousers, it sounds a little more fancy. It sounds like something Her Majesty would wear, or like I well, maybe not Her Majesty, His Majesty. Something very very fancy. Beep beep, technical difficulties. So I was fidgeting with my webcam plug and I unplugged it like a stupid head. So I'm just gonna continue the video from right here. Okay, back to the random word generator. What the heck is that? The word is flywheel. What even is a flywheel? Okay. Now, I can't talk about the word if I don't know what it is. Okay. Okay, who watched Xenon Girl of the 21st Century growing up? That was the best movie. I was actually just thinking about this earlier, which is really weird that I would get this word. But in the movie, she lives on this space station and she has to come to Earth, and gravity is like weighing on her like crazy, and she comes dragging her suitcase off the shuttle, and she's just like, gravity sucks. And then she's just fine a couple minutes later. But if you were raised on a space station, your bones would be so freaking brittle. Oh my goodness gracious. One Republic is the okay, they're not the best band, but I like them. And I had a Spanish teacher in high school. Her son is in that band. Zach Filkins, I think, is his name. And she said that he used to get fan mail from her students, and they would be like, "Your mom is my Spanish teacher," and I think it's actually kind of cool. I really love Apologize. It's one of those classic ones of theirs. It's iconic. And I don't know, they're just a good band. You know what? I grew up on The Lion King, and this movie. Okay, first of all, if you name one kid Mufasa and the other kid Scar, like, of course Scar is going to turn out to be evil. How lame is that? Why would you do that to your children, you know? And maybe it's a nickname and he got the Scar later on, but that's still, like, not... That's not an okay thing to have happen, you know? Don't call him Scar. That's just sad. He's bullied by all the other lions. That's why he's so evil. And then he finally gets to rule over the Pride Lands, and he's like, I'll burn it to the ground. Who watched Out of the Box as a kid? Boy, I'm getting nostalgic. That was the best show. They, like, put all these cardboard boxes together and made a whole world, and like, the black dude and the Asian lady would, like, do crafts with them. Tony and Vivian, that was their names. And they sang a little song at the end. I remember it. So long, farewell, Dana, my friend. Goodbye for now until we meet again. I remember it. That's so crazy. Oh, cool stuff. Out of the Box. What a great show. Oh my goodness. Good stuff. You know, my mom told me that I got a jury summons up while I was in Washington, but because I'm a resident of Washington now and not of Colorado, I didn't have to do it, which is really good. I would hate being on a jury, to be honest. I don't really, I don't care what kind of trial it is. I would hate it. And I feel like if I ever got called for jury duty, I would just be honest with them and say, I really don't want to do this. Like, I know it's my civic duty and I'll do it if I have to, but I really don't want to, because I don't know. I don't like the idea of having a decision in... Yikes. Intense. You know, there's something wrong with my car's brakes, and it's been sitting in a parking lot for probably about 9 months now in the exact same parking spot. And brakes are so expensive to get fixed, and it's super irritating because it's, it's not safe to drive with screwed up brakes. I can't drive my car. It's indrivable. It is not functioning as it should be, and that's a dangerous thing to do. And I wish they weren't so expensive to fix. Okay, I'll do a couple more here. Yay! Okay, so the Bible, I wonder what this word is. It's Bible, surprise everybody, spoiler alert. So the Bible is actually really interesting. I guess I never started reading it because I wanted to until I started going to college. And when I was reading it kind of on my own time, it was a lot more interesting. And there is so much, like, intrigue and just political stuff that goes on and scandal, and it's just crazy. It's like, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, this will be the last word. Oh, barf. Okay, you know what I hate writing essays when they tell you... Oh, look, there's a text. I hate writing essays when they tell you what to, like, exactly how it has to be structured. I really like if they give you a subject matter, and then they say, just write something. And that's kind of what it was more like in English in college. But in high school, they were like, you need to write a paragraph about symbolism, and then a paragraph about, the character development, and then it just, at least in literature, but... Okay, that was actually boring. I'm going to do one more, because that was a boring way to end it. There's this, I've never been much of a coffee drinker, but there's this place called Thomas Hammer in Pullman that everybody absolutely loves. And I actually think it's kind of awkward. You go there and, like, one of the walls is covered in, like, turf grass or, like, fake plastic grass, and it's just weird. I don't know. I guess I've never really got the coffee shop vibe from not being a coffee person. But their cups have this, like, I don't know, the cups have this hammer on it. It's just a white hammer and an orange background. And it's absolutely everywhere in Pullman. It's just, there's hammers, like, on merchandise. All right, so that was fun. I sure hope it recorded that whole time. Yes, it did. Okay, perfect. All right, now I'm going to text Colton and let him know to send me, I'll do 10 words this time. It's a lot of fun. If you get tired of watching, then you can always stop the video, but I have a lot of fun just ranting, so if you have fun watching me, then yay, it's the best of both worlds, win-win situation. All right, I'll stop blabbering and text Colton now. This time around, Colton is going to be texting me 10 words, and he's going to, I don't know how long it's going to be between the words, so I might have to talk for, 10 seconds, I might have to talk for a minute, I don't have the faintest clue, so it's completely kind of up to him. how this whole dealio is going to work. So we'll just wait for his first text, and I will start talking when I receive that text.
Hey, listen.
Who watched the Proud Family movie? Boy, I am just all about Disney today. I liked the Proud Family movie. It seemed completely random because they had this dude who made people out of peanuts, and it was like, it was kind of weird because then she had clones of her family that were made out of peanut butter that had been brought to life, and they had these adorable but creepy like dancing peanut dudes who they had did like a dance battle, and I remember her white friend was like, I don't know, there was just like a scene where she danced with her white friend, and I think the show wasn't as weird as that, but then the movie they were like, let's just make it about peanut clones, and this weird evil dude who was, well, he gets shrunk at the end, and it's like, okay, this whole thing with the Bermuda Triangle, I think it is a load of baloney. I think people, I mean, ships have kind of like disappeared all over the world, and I don't really know what. I mean, I seriously think that they would be able to study something like that and figure out what the deal is. And there's just always so much legend surrounding it that I feel like it is. It's just, I don't really. I think it's just one of those old sailors' tales things that's
Listen.
not real. I've never actually been to Manhattan, but I've always wanted to. I mean, it's in every movie, and I think it's not in every movie, but it's in almost every movie. I mean, I especially Elf and like thinking. I just I love Elf a whole lot, and so I would really love to actually go there and um, see the places that are in a movie and be like, I'm actually here, you know?
Listen.
Wow. I just saw the flag of Israel today and was thinking how it's so the star. I realized the star on the flag is called the Star of David, and it's like, hey, my name is David. That's pretty cool. But it actually kind of got me thinking about how much stuff is kind of preserved from like biblical times, just stuff that's still there, and there's just the same places and the same cities that have been there for thousands of years. It's really weird to think about when, America is so young, and I don't know, I don't know how old America is, 200 something years. But just thinking that there's like cities there that are 3 or 4 thousand years old and have been there that long. It's just crazy to think about. And I don't know, it's really cool. I really, really want to visit someday. I really want to travel outside North America and see things, and that's one of my top destinations. Oh, Lord, Colton. Okay, you hear about Kim and Kanye's new baby, and everybody's talking about him because they named him North. Who does that to children? I don't understand celebrities. And I think everybody loves to talk about the Kardashians because they're famous because of Kim's sex tape, and it's just so stupid, but so I saw the picture of this creepiest lamp that I've ever seen. It was a doll, and it was like, so they took a doll's head and stuck a light bulb inside of it and like punched out the eyes. So it was just a glowing eyes and mouth. And then when the light wasn't on, it was just like pitch black eyes and mouth. It is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. But I think it would be perfect for, like a Halloween party or something. But then, you would have to put that thing away for the rest of the year in like a box inside of another box inside of another box because it's absolutely terrifying. I feel like I should show you a picture of it. I'll show you a picture of it right now. And then I'll move on to the next word. Okay, I think Gangnam Style blew up so fast. I was surprised how fast, because I'm kind of a YouTube nerd, and seeing how quickly it got to 1 billion views on YouTube, when there are videos that have been on YouTube since the beginning that don't have that many views. Like Charlie Bit My Finger has been in the top 10 for absolutely ages, and it's just weird to think like that only had 800 million views or something, and then Gangnam Style just suddenly gets 1 billion views, and I don't know, Psy is hilarious in that video, but I think his time came and went very quickly.
Listen.
Wow, getting lofty here. Predestination is this idea of, like, and everything that we do has already been determined, and we don't really have any say in the matter, even if we think we do. And I I guess there's.
Listen.
Whew. What happened to Lady Gaga? She sort of vanished off the face of the planet. Like they had the Born This Way and her head on a motorcycle, and then she just sort of like, where did she go? What happened to her? She was real big in 2011, I guess, and that's the last I heard of her was with Born This Way, and it.
Hey, listen.
Hey, I was just talking about this. I'm putting this video on YouTube, which is a website that has lots of videos and funny people. And I particularly love Jenna Marbles. She is absolutely hilarious, even though she's sometimes a bit crass. But she's really funny. And I also like Kingsley, and he's very similar to Jenna Marbles. And he just loves to rant about things as well. And he's just hilarious. I don't know. People say that I remind them of him, and I guess I kind of remind he reminds me of I remind myself of him. I think that's how you would say it. I don't know, because I do love to rant about things as well. He definitely rants about things a lot, but he's a lot funnier, I think. He just comes up with the most interesting words. Like he said in one of his videos,
Listen.
buffoonery is the best word. Okay, that is it. Wow, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my buffoonery as I flailed about in front of this camera. And have a fantastic unbirthday. If it's your unbirthday, a very merry unbirthday to you. Already, peace, love, and jellyfish.